Hello everyone. Welcome to this analysis of international affairs. Today we're diving into the latest developments of the 2026 US-Iran war, a conflict now at a critical stage of ceasefire negotiations. Let's first review the timeline of this conflict. On February 28, 2026, the United States and Israel launched a joint military operation against Iran, marking the official outbreak of this war. Over the past month, both sides have engaged in intense military confrontation. However, between April 7 and 8, an important turning point emerged. U.S. President Trump announced a 2-week temporary ceasefire agreement with Iran. This ceasefire lasts until April 22, providing a valuable window for diplomatic negotiations. The negotiations were held in Islamabad, Pakistan. On April 10, both delegations arrived. On April 11, the first face-to-face negotiations began. These talks lasted over 21 hours, led by U.S. Vice President Vance. However, no agreement was reached. What were the core disagreements? The United States presented several core conditions. First, Iran must remove its highly enriched uranium. Second, Iran must guarantee it will not seek nuclear weapons. Third, the issue of passage rights through the Strait of Hormuz. Fourth, wartime compensation. On Iran's side, while expressing willingness to resolve issues through negotiations, they rejected the U.S. core conditions. Iranian Foreign Ministry spokesperson Bagheri clearly stated on April 15 that whether the ceasefire is extended depends on whether the U.S. shows sincerity. During the ceasefire period, U.S. intelligence assessments show that Iran is actively clearing debris from its underground missile bases, repairing access to so-called missile cities. It's estimated that Iran still retains about half of its missile launchers. Meanwhile, the United States has imposed a blockade on Iranian ports and reinstated the maximum pressure policy on Iranian oil. Temporary sanctions waivers will expire on April 19 and will not be extended. Here's a key development. Shortly after the ceasefire, Israel launched a large-scale airstrike on Lebanon. In response, Iran immediately suspended tanker passage through the Strait of Hormuz, again highlighting the fragility of the ceasefire agreement. The Strait of Hormuz is the strategic choke point of global oil transportation, with approximately 21 million barrels of crude oil passing through daily, accounting for about 21% of global seaborne oil trade. Any instability in this region directly impacts global energy markets. Domestically in the United States, this war has triggered political controversy. On April 15, Democratic representatives introduced 6 articles of impeachment against Defense Secretary Hegseth, accusing him of launching illegal military operations, abusing authority, and other misconduct in the Iran conflict. The international community is closely watching. Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi spoke with Iranian Foreign Minister Araghchi. Araghchi expressed Iran's willingness to seek solutions through peaceful negotiations and looked forward to China playing a positive role in promoting peace and ending the war. So what does the future hold? According to AP reports, the United States and Iran have agreed in principle to extend the ceasefire agreement expiring on April 22 to buy more diplomatic time. U.S. President Trump also stated that the U.S.-Iran conflict is very close to the end, hinting that negotiations might restart in Pakistan in the coming days. The U.S. side believes Iran is willing to reach an agreement. Overall, the U.S.-Iran war is now at a delicate and critical moment. The temporary ceasefire provides an opportunity for peace, but core disagreements between the sides remain profound. The coming days will be crucial. Will the ceasefire be extended? Can negotiations achieve a breakthrough? These will determine the final direction of this conflict. Peace is never easy, but with the costs of war so high today, dialogue and negotiation are the only way forward. We hope all parties can show maximum sincerity and flexibility to bring lasting peace to the Middle East region and to the world. Thank you for watching this analysis. See you next time.